Welcome to my next video. In this video, we will be talking about buying a home. But first, what I say in this video is based upon my education, my life experiences, and my set of values. What I say is for typical people in typical situations. It is not for all people in all situations. If it was, this video would be hours or even days long. My goal and hope is that by the end of this video, you will know more about buying a home so that you can make better decisions for your life. When you buy a home, it is this weird thing that's partly an investment and mainly just a personal thing that you buy that is really expensive. If you want to, you can spend a lot of time comparing the costs of renting a home with the costs of buying a home. I'm not going to do that. Why? Because most of the people that I know who buy a home because they want to buy a home. Period. Done. End of discussion. It really doesn't matter what the rent versus buy comparison would tell them. They just want to buy their own home. I will tell you that if you do the rent versus buy comparison on homes, you're going to end up with really different answers depending upon what part of the country you live in. In some parts of the country, it makes more sense for you to rent. In other parts of the country, it makes more money sense for you to buy. It really just depends on where you live. Now, what if you could buy a home, but you really don't want to buy a home? Do you have to buy a home? Well, no. Generally, deciding to not buy a home when you can is perfectly fine from a money point of view. Do what you want. If you are going to buy a home, I would recommend that you first consider what is important to you in a home. After that, try to buy a home with as many of those things as you can. If you really want a converted industrial loft in an urban area that is good to walk in, don't buy a home in the suburbs. That is none of these things. If you really want a new home in the suburbs on a dead-end street in a good school district, don't buy a converted industrial loft in an urban area that is none of these things. Now, realistically, you probably won't be able to find a home with absolutely everything you think is important. But try to get a home with as many important to you things that you can. Homes are partly an investment. So let's talk about the investment part of buying your home. As an investment, your home has very high costs to buy and sell. Depending on where you live, the cost to first buy, then sell your home can be up to 10% of your home's price. As an investment, homes take a long time to buy and sell. It can take you months or even years to buy or sell your home. Generally, over the long term, homes tend to go up in price a little bit more than inflation. The most unbiased information that I'm aware of is the Federal Housing Finance Agency's Housing Price Index information. According to this, over the last roughly 30 years, the average home in the United States has gone up about 1.4% a year more than inflation. Now, depending on what part of the country you live in, and when you buy your home and when you sell your home, there can be a lot of differences from this national yearly average. You can have a home that goes up a lot more than that, or you can have a home as an investment that goes down a lot. I would also like to emphasize that 1.4% a year number is an after inflation number, not a before inflation number. As an investment, homes have high holding costs. The costs of owning your home, such as your property taxes, your homeowner's insurance, your maintenance and repairs, these are high and may end up being more than that average increase in your home's price each year. Now, as an investment, your home also gives you an investment return each month because you no longer have to pay rent. Also, your home can be a great way for you to save. It can force you to build equity in your home. For many households, their home is the biggest part of their net worth. While your home is partly an investment, your home is mainly this personal thing that's really expensive. So, when you buy a home, it would be good if you could avoid stuff that is bad from a money point of view. If you plan to buy a home and then sell it within 3 years, you may want to consider renting rather than buying. Why? Because, very generally, you need to own your home at least 3 years just to break even. It takes about 3 years of average price increases in the average home to get back your transaction costs from first buying, then selling your home. I recommend you arrange your preliminary home financing before you make any offer. You don't want to legally commit to buy a home and then find out you can't get financing. Also, if you make an offer to buy a home, I highly recommend that you make that offer contingent upon an acceptable to you home inspection. Homes, even new homes, can have some expensive surprises you need to pay for. You obviously want to choose the toughest, most competent inspector you can find to inspect your future home. As we talked about, if you buy a home you like with important to you things, you will probably own your home a longer time. And if you own your home a longer time, you will probably not have to pay those high costs to first buy, then sell your home as frequently. This is good. Also, if you buy a home with someone you are not married to, I recommend you get a written agreement that states what happens in the future if one of you ever wants to sell the home and the other person doesn't. Finally, you may want to take a look at your will after you buy your home, just to make sure everything is treated the way you want it. In this video, we learn more about buying a home. If you want to learn more, be sure to check out my playlists on homes. Also check out my other videos and playlists. Until the next video, always remember that you are the best person in the world to decide what is important in your life. Thank you for watching. Please click the button to subscribe. I hope that you got something from this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment. Please check out my channel, playlists, and other videos. Have a great day.